Hello everyone, Anina Malherbe-Lan back for Vivid Earth. So today I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but we'll see what comes up. I just kind of download the information as it is needed, so to speak. So we'll see what happens. It's been a crazy busy week because I've recently turned into a landscaper. For those that didn't know, trying to whip this garden into shape has not been easy, and having so many people around to manage and to plan and buying stuff. So a lot of 3D matters, so to speak. So I'm looking forward to some peace and harmony, which hopefully from next week onwards, I'm going to have my life back and I can have some peace, more time to meditate, more time to reflect. It's just been a little bit crazy and I'm physically exhausted because I'm literally running around. But enough of that. What's been happening, guys? We've just had Thanksgiving. I wanted to do a recording just before Thanksgiving. And by the time I was done with the day with all my run around and workers, I was just too exhausted. So I couldn't do it. So apologies. I've been a bit quiet, but you know the drill, you know the story. So happy Thanksgiving to our American brothers and sisters, of which there are many. And we appreciate all of you. And so happy you had a moment with family and friends to celebrate whatever you were doing. The festive season is officially upon us, as it is called. And, whether it's going to take a different flavor this year because of us not really celebrating or wanting to celebrate Christmas anymore, who knows? Guys, I don't have my mic today. I just noticed. So I hope the sound is okay. You'll let me know if the sound is okay, if it's a bit too low. And I'll try and speak up a little bit. I've got one of those voices, as you know. So we've had Thanksgiving. Things have been pretty calm. There's been a lot of comms out, but things have been generally very eerily quiet. Quiet before the storm, who knows? Because I think a lot of us are expecting something to happen before the end of the year. When I say quiet, perhaps not so quiet because there is rumors of World War III looming and flying around, and things are getting pretty intense. It feels like people have got war fatigue because not many people are, you know, even noticing these things, shall I just say. So a lot of people just like, oh, another one, whatever. And, you know, it's just not working on the people anymore. Of course, for those of us that are awake, we know that this is part of how the movie's going to end. We need to get to a situation where it looks like it's a new world war. There's nuclear activity about to pop. But we know that's not going to happen. We know, all of us that are awake, this is not for us. This is for the normies to wake up and realize that things are really not okay globally. And we want a different story. We want a different narrative. We want a different outcome to the story. We want peace and harmony. That's all we want. I don't think anybody really wants war, right? It's not something that anybody has said, yay, let's go to war, except for the cabal, the warmongers, the money launderers. They love wars because they launder so much money during these times. They get to shuffle their money around and redirect and siphon off and all of these things because they even own all the ammunition companies as well. So they're the only ones that benefit anyway from this war. And they don't care about the devastation. They don't care about those who suffer. And that's never been their priority, as we know. So yeah, but we know that it's pretty much over for them. Recently, probably a day or so ago, I think it might have happened yesterday. Um, there's a guy, I think his name is Will Rothschild. He's one of the Rothschilds who live in LA and I think Hollywood Hills, if I'm not mistaken. And his house burned down, and he burned with the house and perished, apparently. For me, this looks like it could be either two scenarios. One, he's trying to run and look like he's dead, okay, because he doesn't want to face the consequences that are basically a given right now. That's the one scenario. First of all, I don't know who this will, if he's who he is in this family, what his role is, what his trade is. I know nothing about that. Um, but the second scenario is potentially that I did hear some time ago that there was somebody in the Rothschild family that was prepared to talk, that he didn't want to support what his family has been supporting for decades, and that he wanted to make a change. So it could be that maybe this guy is the guy that wanted to make a change, and it could be some sort of witness protection scenario, like he needs to look like he's dead, but maybe he's not. I don't know. It could be one of the two or neither, but I thought it very curious. And then we've had so many resignations just in 24 hours, masses of resignations, big corporate CEOs stepping down. I will hopefully get that list so I can read them off to you, but it's a lot. So there's clearly a lot of people now realizing the writing is on the wall. So either they have to step down, or they've capitulated and they have no choice, or they're facing tribunals, or there's so many different scenarios that it could play out. But for us, it's a good thing. When all of these CEOs are stepping down, we know that these guys are not as squeaky clean as they would like for us to think they are. And it's just the change of God. For me, this is just the change of God. If you want to just look at that and nothing else, that is what it is. CEOs are resigning en masse. Corporations are losing huge value. I'm talking about 50% of their value. Many, many big corporations that we thought would never fold is now facing huge issues. We're looking at big tech conglomerates like Google, which has now been ordered by the court to unbundle the different various, entities within their group, including Outlook. Was it Outlook? Yeah. So things are definitely happening. And the tech companies, the big ones that have been controlling humanity and in the background to work towards surveillance and totalitarian control of the population, will not make it. They will not make it, guys, and not a moment too soon. I mean, I can't wait for Bill Gates' his entire portfolio to fall, Microsoft and all of the associated programs and entities. I just dislike it so much, and I can't believe anyone is still using those platforms. But maybe it's a big wake up that is needed for a lot of these people. What else is happening? Somebody did an analysis. There was a Q post, okay, about sunlight kills. Now we know that there is a lot of solar activity right now. There's warnings of major solar storms, geomagnetic storms looming because of all the solar activity. This is just going to increase on our planet. It's slowly but surely upgrading our bodies. I think we can feel it, aches and pains, exhaustion, etc. But it's been pummeling us, quite frankly, but also preparing us for what's to come. And really upgrading our DNA, which is a fantastic thing, but it doesn't always feel that nice when you're in it. So there was a later 17 post, like I said, sunlight kills, and then somebody did an analysis of the 13-month calendar that we'll be going back to at some point in time. And this post read, he's telling us it sounds like next week. December is actually March on this 13-month calendar. Left side date is the Gregorian date. The 13-month calendar starts April 1st. So March is like December, which is the last month on the Gregorian. But the lunar calendar is 1 month behind the Gregorian. And he uses them both in his message. And who knows what else. He's telling us, though, it's next week, in my opinion. What he's referring to is big disclosure and a potential EBS. No, I'm not going to talk dates. I mean, you can see the EBS fatigue as well with the audience and, people on the channel. They've been saying for 4 years the EBS is coming. Well, more than likely it is still coming. So just be ready for it. And I think we all are. There's also something I shared on the Telegram group. If you're not yet subscribed there, please make sure you are. The link is below. The Vivid Earth Telegram group is very active. We've got several people posting news from around the world as it happens. So it's a really, really good resource. Anyway, I posted something about from Eagle Talents. The seized assets page on the treasury.gov is now 2,662 pages long. So we shared the actual list. These are the seized assets since President Trump signed the executive order in December 2017 that if anyone was involved in human trafficking or corruption, the assets would be seized. 2,662 pages long. I started reading it, but I had to put it down. It was too long. A lot of corporate entities. I don't know if there are any individual names on there, but I only saw corporation names, none of which really jumped out to me. But if you consider it's 2,660 pages long, well, I'm sure there's a few that are going to jump out. So you want to see that list, just scroll up or do a search in the search bar. It is there. And Trump also just this week have said or warned that he will increase tariffs from Mexico and China if they don't stop all these migrants just pouring over the border, including many criminals and very dangerous individuals, gang members, etc. So just literally probably 12 hours after this announcement, the Mexican president has agreed to stop migration through Mexico and into the US. Like literally 12 hours. It's one thing he did. Those other guys, they had 4 years. Nothing happened. And I think, yeah, I don't know about China. China says they're trying their best, but they will have to try a little bit harder because that's got to stop as well. So yeah, a lot of geomagnetic storms. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but it's been around for the past 2 days and it's getting more and more intense. Okay. What else? A lot of people said something might happen this weekend on Sunday while all the families together on Thanksgiving weekend. They think there's a good chance that we could have the EBS. Who knows? Who knows? And a lot of news this week around we are the news now. As we know, Elon has posted several times that Twitter or X is the news. All we, the people, are now the real news. We're the only ones telling the truth, basically. And he also said X.com is the 6th most visited website in the world. That's pretty impressive. What does that say? People want to hear the truth. Okay, that's the only reason the site is so popular, because it doesn't censor, it tells the truth. Very interesting. And he was attacked. Some mainstream media dude, I didn't even bother to check the name, doesn't matter. But he was just very indignified that X.com cannot be the news. And, we journalists, and we work very hard and we do our research. Like, really? Are you serious right now? And you see a lot of media executives stepping down. Still, MSNBC is for sale. A lot of media houses are losing value. They're going to go down, 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 down. Some of them will be bought out and restructured to actually report real news, but I think there's a good amount of them that will not make it through. So, and then, in other news, there's at least 6 of Trump's top team targeted with bomb threats at their homes. Like, seriously, when last did you see a president and all his inner circle being threatened in this manner? It's pretty clear. So far it's Pete Hegseth, John Ratcliffe, Elise Stefanik, and Matt Gaetz have been targeted. A bomb squad has reportedly been sent to Matt Gaetz' house after the former Florida congressman received a pipe bomb threat. And he is just one of many. Then there seems to be a lot of warning that say, to people that they shouldn't travel too much over the festive season. There was an update in the Mirror, news update, that air traffic control strikes 10 days before Christmas threatens Europe-wide chaos. For me, that is like saying to people, maybe you shouldn't fly, just stay put, stay home. Because maybe they want everyone to be at home. Why? EBS, hello. So, and there was another report coming out of the US that there's a lot of cancelled flights. So all of this is like saying to people, rather don't fly because you might get stuck. So it's like a subtle warning that people should rather not fly over this period. And I can think of one reason why. It's called EBS. Anyway, in other news, Silicon Valley investors are at an inside look into how Kamala Harris intended to implement a Chinese-style authoritarian government in America. And the chatter is that she plans on running in 2028. She will not be able to walk down the street when the truth comes out, that's for sure. It's too funny. We can just have a little bit of fun in the process, right? It's just all so obvious right now. And then there was another news article, is the US considering a gold-backed treasury instrument? Leading the narrative that the US Treasury note might be gold-backed? Some interesting coincidences. Scott Bessent, the incoming Treasury Secretary, is stepping into the spotlight to manage the monumental task of selling trillions in US government bonds. Japan has been grappling with a dramatic currency crisis, prompting the government to intervene repeatedly to support and stabilize the yen. They've spent over 100 billion in recent years to support their currency, a staggering figure. China has been actively reducing its exposure to US debt, and as it pushes to de-dollarize, safeguarding its economy against potential sanctions, internationalizing its currency, and navigating escalating tensions over Taiwan. Japan investors sold a record 61.9 billion in US securities in Q3 per US Treasury data. Chinese funds offloaded 51.3 billion in the same period, the second largest amount on record. So things are happening definitely in the financial sector as well. And just buckle up is all I can say. But don't forget to have fun in the process, guys. Like, we've been waiting for a very long time. And I am the first to say I've also at times been waiting, not wanting to go on holiday, not wanting to have some fun because I thought this was happening any minute. And at the end of the day, what do we know? We have to live in the moment because there are things that we can't control and that we just simply not privy to. It doesn't matter who's telling you what. Nobody really knows, okay? Nobody. They are not going to tell anyone the date of when they are striking because this is very dangerous for this white hat military operation. So nobody, I mean nobody really knows except for maybe 10 at the top, okay? So what can we do? We can just work on our own light, on raising our frequency, living in joy, having fun, doing our inner work, living a balanced life, getting some sunshine, exercise, good nutrition. We can just be as healthy as possible for when the moment comes, right? It'll be much better for us. We'll be much more prepared. So that is exactly what I'm advising you to do this weekend, whether you're in America celebrating Thanksgiving weekend or whether you're in any other part of the world, to celebrate what's in front of you, celebrate and be grateful for what you have, celebrate the sunshine, celebrate anything. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to celebrate. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on gratitude, fun, joy. Those are the things that raises our frequency. Let's make time for meditation. Let's get enough sleep. And, this is how we walk this path to ascension. Quite frankly, we are the ones driving it. We are the ones that have to be ready to drive it. And sometimes being is better than doing. Sometimes we just need to be in that right state of mind, and that will drive ascension much faster. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. All this other intel is great and it's fun to listen to, but it's not that important in the bigger scheme of things. We know the light is already won. We know where we're heading. We have to do the work and we have to live in the moment and we have to remember to be, just shine your light, just be, and I'm telling this to myself as well, by the way. I'm still learning every single day as well. So That's all we can do. So I'm going to I need to end this message, this recording now, but I wanted to bring you this quick update and give this very important message to you to live in the moment and be joy. And I hope to see you on the other side. And I'm sending you so much love. If you want to join us on Sunday for our free Zoom 5D Mastery community get together at 7 p.m. SA Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, daylight savings. I don't know if it's still going on, but apparently it's going to go away, by the way, and I can't wait. All these time zones have me so confused. And yeah, please join us. And you can just check our website, vividearth.org. And if you just scroll down, you'll see there's a membership option. You don't have to actually buy the membership. You can also check on Telegram. I will share the link there. You can just join for free. And if you want to continue joining us, then you can consider becoming a member. It's just a small membership fee, paying our web designer, and maintenance costs. And it's a wonderful community. We really support one another. We raise our vibration. We share intel. We ask questions. It's just a really beautiful get together of like-minded souls from around the world. So you are invited. So anyway, if you're on our website, just remember there's a free newsletter subscription. So just sign up with your email address if you want to stay updated, and we will include you in our newsletter database. And hopefully we'll bring some more exciting news soon. So with that, I'm sending you much love, and I'll speak to you soon.